Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Before you get started on your finer architecture design, be sure to choose an inspirational building from the Bjark Ingels Group website. Again, this could be from the website or even from the Yes is More graphic novel or the slideshow presentation in this document. Once you've chosen a specific building that draws inspiration from and not copying to, you can start working on your building. Now, as you're working on your building, here are some non examples. Again, just taking a really crude cube and throwing a wedge on top and saying I'm done is not going to be enough. There's also some existing buildings that have already been created. You cannot just simply copy and paste those into there. And also, finally, although Bjark uses a lot of buildings that are inspired by letters, you can't just simply copy and paste a letter in there and make it transparent and call it good. You really need to think about not only the inspiration from the Bjark Ingels Group website, but also how your building can express efficiency, functionality, as well as aesthetics when you're working on Tinkercad. Um, some of the things that you want to think about when you're working on your building to make it look more realistic are the following. One, holes for openings such as doors and windows. This not only makes it look like a building, but also shows a sense of scale on how many stories tall or how big your building is in general. Second, thin transparent layers to suggest glass. You can change a shape to a certain color like blue and then click transparent so it appears like it is glass. Three, appropriate colors. Don't just use the default shapes as bright red or bright green. You need to think really deeply about the material that your surface is to suggest texture and other details to make it look like a realistic building. Four, make sure that you're using non architectural details. These things include trees, cars, people, and landscapes of various sizes to suggest the scale of the building. If you have some people that are really small next to your building, it really helps to show, again, how tall or big your building is. These things, these non architectural details, can be found in a lot of places. They can be found in Tinkercad themselves if you go to the different settings on the far right, such as shape generation tool, but they can also be found on the website called Thingiverse, which is an open source web-based library where you can download existing virtual 3D models. Now, some of these are completely already created buildings that I will know if you attempt to use. So please do not use those. But things like people, cars, trees, other things like landscape. Those are great things to copy and paste into your virtual setting to really communicate your idea. So think about those things as you're working on your CAD, Tinkercad inspired building.